Interactive film is the incorporation of narrative storytelling combined with the viewer's ability to interact with the product. Similar to choose-your-own-adventure books, the reader, or audience in this case, assumes the role of the protagonist and makes choices that determine the ending's outcome. But unlike a book, a film is comprised of a number of moving parts, and those parts are needed to stay in one place to maintain immersion. So the question on the table: can interactive film ever succeed as a medium in mainstream media? A successful interactive film should first of all have a structure containing, presenting, and operating a coexistence of different narrative situations. This means that the filmmaker will need to devise and create multiple paths for the film story while still trying to link everything together. To understand this more in depth, let's take a look at one of the first interactive films ever. Debuting in 1967, Kino Automat was one of the world's first interactive movies, directed by Radoš Činčara, and was made for the Czechoslovak Pavilion in Montreal, Canada. During the film, the action would cease, and a host on stage would ask the audience to choose how the film would advance by presenting two possible scenes. Once a scene has received the majority of votes, that scene would play, and the film continues from there on. This type of medium has been circulating in the mediascape for some time now, but has recently received traction from popular hits such as Netflix's Black Mirror standalone film, Bandersnatch.
You Bander what?
Bandersnatch.
Exclusive to Netflix users, the viewer clicks on one of two prompts to see how the plot plays out. If the user chooses wrong, they're given another chance to redo their actions and choose a different path in order to receive the quote-unquote right ending.
No stars out of 5. Terrible.
I should try again.
The production on this film took around 35 days, shooting at least 250 clips of footage. Even a simple premise like Bandersnatch takes a considerable amount of time to properly articulate and execute. But other forms of interactive film have been circulating in the media landscape for a long time now, but just under a different medium: video games. Interactive film is stated to be an interrupted linear narrative, progresses well in the game format. Video games used to have one goal: to entertain or amuse. It is just another form of recreational or competitive sport, remodeled in the new digital age. Now, as technology advances, game developers have the resources and ability to create realistic visuals and three-dimensional movements that mimic realistic cinematography. On the surface, you could say video games are also considered as interactive film, as long as it includes both the ability to interact with the product and a linear narrative, which mostly has one definite ending. However, a modern video game gives the player more control in how the gameplay unfolds, in how the character appears, how each movement is unique to a player's level of skill, the different stats used, and etc. And certain games, such as these, have endings based on the choices and actions made by the player. Video games could also be used to challenge not only our playing skills, but also our analytical abilities. It has been argued elsewhere that the point of games is gaming, not storytelling, and that we should not be afraid to study gaming for gaming's own sake. Encouraging the interactive film can be a way to include both film and games to succeed as a unique medium, and that film and games stay as their own individual form. In a nutshell, yes, interactive film has the integrity and fan base to become successful in the media industry. Even though this medium can easily blur the lines between game and film, its versatile structure can lift itself up and be introduced as a new unique form of media.